recording. There we go. So I am a master trader. I am the signal. All my trades end in profit. I need everybody to walk in that energy. I need all of you all to do that. So if this is your first time on the call, let me get a 111 in the chat. First time on the call, let me get a 111 in the chat. Definitely want to make sure that we are geared up. So tonight, 111, if you've been on the call, you still learning how to cash out, let me get a 222 in the chat. Let me get a 222 in the chat. So tonight is a training night. Tuesday is a straight training night. Tonight is a training night, but we also take trades if we see trades. So we definitely do that. So we'll go in a little bit more detail, a little bit more in depth. Okay, 234. 234. So we go into a little bit more detail, a little bit more in depth about actually taking a trade. I know on each call I go over how to take the strategy, how we do the strategy, but we want to make sure that you completely understand. So that's what tonight is for. Tonight is for you. Okay, that's what tonight is for. Tonight is for you. So I see I want to welcome, let me get started with welcoming each and every last one of you all to the call this evening. So that's what we want. And I think tonight what we will also do, depending on how the market is moving, we will also work on helping you all with some support and resistance lines as how they pertain to the trade. You know, that's what we'll do in our preparations for tonight. So training wise. So what do we see? This is going to end up being a nice trade. So let's walk through this. What is the BYOB cash out? Okay, what is the BYOB cash out? So and if you got a question, let me say this up front in advance. If you have a question, please put it in the chat. This is on tonight, on Thursday nights, is the night that I want you to make sure you got your full understanding. I want to make sure that, I just want to make sure that you guys completely understand what it is and you understand the BYOB cash out. So here we go. The BYOB cash out uses 3 indicators, okay? It uses 3 indicators. On Tuesday night, we talked about indicators. Now, and I want to make sure you understand the stochastic, the Hikinashi candles, and it uses the PSAR, okay? The stochastic is the 2 lines that are moving through here, and the moving averages comprising it. So, but what you need to understand with this is the stochastic runs from 0 to 100, okay? It runs from 0 to 100. So when it's at around 80, you're looking at this between 20 and 80. So anything from 80 and above, you got stronger momentum, because that's what this is. Anything from 20 and below is stronger momentum. But key point, it needs to be a round. So if you see something that's at the 70 mark or you 75, don't feel like you can't take the trade because, oh my goodness, it's not at 80. Just understand that the higher it is, the lower it is. The higher, the lower, the more momentum that you have. So that's always where you want to start. We want to always start with the stochastic. So I'm going to actually look at both of these trades that we have here as we get set up. So like I said, if you see something that you want to look at, I'll leave this up and we'll keep coming back to this one because I want tonight, like I said, I'll go into more detail, make sure everybody understands, but because I know I saw we had a few questions and different things earlier today in the chat. Got new people that joined the chat. So if that's you and you're on this call, I just want to tell you welcome, 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 welcome. But one thing I want you to notice is that we're on this 15-minute chart. Our trades are always going to start around that time frame. So that's where our trades start, is around that 15-minute chart. Now, I'm going to analyze a buy for you and I'm going to analyze a sell at the same time so we can go through both of them so you can see how it works on both of them. Now, on this, you see my stochastic is around the 20. this blue line, this crossover is very important. Blue line crossing over the red, very important. Blue line crossing over the red in a downward momentum, very, very important, okay? Very important. So now these are trend candles. These are trend candles, okay? These are definitely trend candles. And then what I have are PSARs. PSARs is a parabolic stop and reverse. This shows reversal in the market. It's a trailing stop loss that moves with the candles. So that's all the things that you have right there. So that I just want you to keep that in mind. So my first thing first, and why is my stochastic first? Why is the stochastic? Because it talks about momentum. It describes momentum. It shares momentum. So because it's measuring a momentum, and it's actually a leading indicator, you know, and we introduced that on Tuesday, leading and lagging indicators. So the PSAR is lagging. That's why you normally see that. Typically, we'll get that PSAR flip, then we're ready to go. PSAR, oh, there's my PSAR. Now it's time to take the trade. So the stochastic is a leading indicator, and that PSAR is lagging. So the PSAR is actually waiting on the setup. And I'm mentioning that because I want you guys to understand that when you get that flip, when you get that PSAR flip, the momentum, when this is ready, look at where my momentum is. Look at where my momentum is on my stochastic, okay? Look at my momentum on my stochastic. So now this is where it's actually ready. Look at my momentum on my stochastic. The momentum is no longer at the 80. It's no longer here. However, it's in a downward momentum still, but look where it's at. Now it's halfway through. So that is something that you want to understand. Because its momentum is not going to stay. It's not going to stay. And also, once again, same thing here. Because its momentum is not going to stay. So now you know we have valid setup. This happens first always. Then I have my red candles, flat top, and I got my PSAR flip, right? I got my PSAR that's to the top. So that's what I'm looking for. That's what needs to happen. That's exactly what I'm looking for. That in itself is the BYOB cash out. That's it. It's just that simple. Those three indicators, those three confirmations. Now, what we also do to ensure that you do not have to sit there and try to, okay, is this in an uptrend? Is this in a downtrend? What is it about to do? You're looking for 10 pips. If you are beginning, if you dropped a 111 or a 222 in that chat, I always ask that for a reason. If you are beginning, you just want to do your 10 pips and cash out. You know, as you begin to understand support and resistance, as you begin to understand things a little more, then at that point, you can take it to another level as far as what you're looking to do. As far as, do I want more than 10 pips? Do I want to now trade price action where I use the BYOB cash out on top of it? Do I want to do different levels of take profits? What do I want to do? But what you want to do is understand that, like, as I'm looking at this, I'm understanding that I can go get my 10 pips. Now let's do time frame confluence to help confirm that, okay? When I drop down to the 5-minute chart, drop down to that 5-minute chart, this is in a sell. It's still in a sell. Remember, the 5-minute happens before the 15. So the 5-minute happens before the 15. So that's why what you see here is it went from 15, 5-minute, and then it rolled into the 15. So the 5-minute, of course, activate before the 15. We come back over here. Now, is this in a buy? Is that in a buy right there? No, it's not. So we would not have jumped in this trade right there. So let's go back to the 15-minute chart, because we would have had to wait. Actually, let's stay here for a second. We needed to wait on that pullback to be done. When all of that was said and done, we're probably a little bit up here when all of that was said and done. So I'm gonna just drop that, because you see all of these are wicks. And so when everything turned back around and that 5-minute, we can confirm that that 5-minute is out of that correction or finish with that to make sure. Where is that at on the 15-minute chart? Let's look at that line. Where is it at? It is where it's right before, as see how it happened on the 5-minute first. On the 5-minute, I got a candle with a flat bottom. On the 15, I still got a wick. Because remember, that's three 5-minute candles in this one. So what I'm looking at is, so on the next candle, it's actually where I would have actually wanted to enter this trade. Because when we did our time frame confluence here, it wasn't ready on the lower time frame. And now when I come up, you see that that's ready. So now we got the 5-minute validated. Let's check the hour. The hour is my swing of the market. What does my swing of the market tell me? The swing of the market on the hour is telling me that it's in a buy, right? That's what it is. We notice now this has to look like you'll put it on your watch list. And that's why I just moved this over. And what does a watch list mean? Right? Just like today, what did I see? I saw the watch list, the BYOB cash out playlist cash out watch list playlist, right? You guys are giving me these tongue twisters. Call out, cash out, cash out, cash out, watch list, playlist. So these are all the things that, you know, you guys, so if the same way we put something on the watch list earlier this morning in order to take a trade, when I go to my 1 hour, would you ask yourself the question, would I put this on my watch list? If I will put it on my watch list, then now I'm with time frame confluence, because that is telling me that the swing of the market is going in the direction I want it to go in. That's what it's telling me. So I moved this one over on purpose. So I'm gonna just delete it and get it out the way. So what you see is that's buying. So, I mean, we actually got quite a few confirmations. I got the flip, I got the crossover, I got a green candles, right? But no PSR flip yet. That's okay, because I know I'm not gonna have everything because it's feeding into that. So does it look like something I put on a watch list? Yes, it does. For this sale, does this sale look like something you'll put on a watch list, right? Yes, it does. So for both of those, now you know you're in a valid trade. For those of you all that want to take more than 10 pips, remember, you're looking at it, but this is the only thing that's happened so far. You're looking at it, but that's the only thing that's happened so far. The rest of that on the right side of that would be black, right? It would be black. So this is where I would look at my 4 hour. So I would be looking for a buy. That's what I'd be looking for. And on the 15-minute, we were actually at, now you would have still had another 30 minutes. So I'd have been looking for a buy. I'd have needed the 4 hour to also be in a buy, and I'd have needed the hour to also be in the sell here. I mean, the 4 hour, let's go to the 4 hour. I need the 4 hour to be in the sell. So right off, I know the trend of the market, where it's trending, where it's headed, I know that is actually in a sell. That's what I do know. I know this is actually going into, this one is not quite ready to say it's going into a buy. So that one, you know, just looking at that, even though it went more, we would have done our 10 pips, right? We just would have did 10 pips on this one. So we would have did this one. That one actually moved up. But you would have had to wait those, you know, wait till that hour candle to see, but you would have did 10 pips based on what we saw, because we didn't know how far it was going to go up. But discipline would have told you to do 10 pips. On this one, we know, because my swing in the market that I know I need for my 10 pips, my trend in the market is actually in a sell. I know that I can sell this. So when you would have gotten to this trade, I'm dropping support and resistance lines. That's what I'm doing. So now let me go up to where I actually drop them on the hour time frame. And so you can see it clearly. Let's change this to a 9, right? Change that to a 9. and a line. And here we go. And you just want to draw some support and resistance lines. Okay, that's what you want to do. So, and as you're looking at what I see, you see in those different support and resistance lines. Now you'll have, it look like there's another one in here. It does look like there's another one in here, but I just don't want to put too many on the chart right now. So, and of course you can put them, now it's more dramatic. It's more dramatic when we switch down to a lower time frame. So, you know, you can put it on there because you're dealing with it stopping here and it's stopping there. So we didn't have to, but how many pips would that be? Well, see how many pips it is? It's 30 something. So we do want to put it there. So do I have any questions on that so far? Any questions, any comments, anything to help you guys understand, you know, just to kind of help you understand? Questions, comments? I get this question a lot, so I just wanted to make sure you guys understood that time frame confluence. Just want to make sure that you understand it. Now, as we stated, it looked like this is actually, right, I went from 10 pips. When I was on the hour, I went 10 pips, but I also added where you can do, how do you know when you can go for more than the 10? And that's when I'm looking at the hour and the 4 hour. So the hour is my swing in the market, my 4 hour, my hour, my 4 hour is the trend of the market. So, right. And on those higher time frames, you definitely want to make sure, right? You just want to make sure, like, it will, especially if, you know, am I going for, if I'm just doing 10 pips, okay, I'll do it again. If I'm just doing 10 pips, right? Let me show you. Because sometimes you could be trading a higher time frames correction. You won't know that on the lower time frame. So just to kind of give you an idea, right? This is a higher time frame. So if I'm looking at this ruler, right? See, that's 17 pips right there. Come back down. That's another 13. Of course, this is a higher time frame. So that's another 28. So if I'm on if I can get my 10 pips, I can get my 10 pips. So that's what I mean when I'm saying I'm looking for the current swing of the market. You know, looking for the swing of the market. That's what that means. So because it could be a correction, just like, what does that mean? Let me find another one for you. That was just a nice uptrend right there. This looks like it's going into a correction. Let me see, or it was a correction, let's see. That was a nice uptrend. This one's not real trendy, but here we go. You got impulse. This is what impulse, correction, continuation means. You got impulse, correction, continuation, correction, continuation. So what that means is that you notice how, because this is an hour, this hour is going to take a while. The hour takes longer to cycle through. Remember, that cycle is this momentum down here. This is that cycle through, that momentum that's happening. On a 15-minute chart, it's going to cycle through more. So why am I getting corrections? Because this is that cycle through on a lower time frame. So in this right here is pulling back on the lower time frames, because those lower time frames have to, let me show you. Just keep your eye on that. And if I drop down to the lower time frame, hopefully we can find it. You see the lower time frame is also in a correction, but look at how many corrections they got in that correction. right? So that was just one correction, but you see it's still moving in that direction. But look at how many times it cycled through just in this one. So that's what you want to understand. So that's what they mean when you're talking about some, oh, it has a flag, or oh, you know, it's a pullback, or oh, it's, you know, that's what that is. Is that's really just all that is. So and so it has to cycle through. So that's what the impulse correction continuation is. So, and then support and resistance lines, let me just pull up another currency. Well, let's do the GBP. That's been nice and rangy for us. That should help us draw some nice ones. Now, for my all of you all that want to make some money too, if you see any movement in the market while I'm training, but like I said, go ahead and drop it in the chat and we'll go to it. So let me go to the higher time frame. Whenever I'm drawing support and resistance lines, it's good to start. Whenever you want to do that, it's always good to start on the higher time frame. You want to be on that hour time frame at least. And on that hour time frame, what you're going to do is you're going to get the major support and resistance lines. So I'm going to delete the ones that I had on there from what I was doing earlier. Those are relevant right now to what we're talking about. So there we have it. We got GBP, NZD, look a little rangy, right? Like it's going sideways. So I'm going to change this to a line. So now when you're talking about how do I draw support and resistance? One of the things that you should understand is if I always look left, when I look left, that the market is going to be doing the same thing. That's when I say look left, that's what that means. The market is doing, it's always pausing at that same spot. The market is always pausing. Like if you see a stop sign, you should always stop at it. So this is where it appears that the market makers, the market movers, and the people that make the decisions, this is where they actually, you know, this is where those buy and sell orders take place a lot. That's really what's happening. So look at what you see. You see all these touches. So if I got a few touches, then that's how I know to put a support or resistance line, right? That's how I know how to draw that line. I got some touches. And then you also want to remember that it's a range. So it could have been here. I'll put it here. But this is still affected and impacted by that because it's actually going to be a zone, like a little range. It's like a little zone around that line. It's not going to be perfect, right? So that's what that is. Now, come down. You want to draw some more. And what you're looking for again, like I say, is those touches. See how it got some touches here, got touches. You want to draw some more? You see how it's got touches. I'm just dropping this line where I see touches. And so it's don't, you know, you don't ever want to overcomplicate it. Okay. You don't ever want to overcomplicate it, but just always understand that it's just where I'm dropping these touches. So you got another one. Look at how I got a touch here, a point here, a point here. So you actually have another one that you can drop in there. So anytime you see those major touches, those major points, that's where you want your support and resistance lines. So I could honestly move that one up a little bit and you're gonna end up with another one down here. You all should see that. And the line makes it clear. The line just makes it a lot clearer. That's all it does. That's why I started using a line. Because before you can see support and resistance, before you can see it, this is what, you know, that's what it is. So now I want to change back to my Hikinashi candles. But you notice if you look left, how it's always pausing at the same spot. So you can always tell. Now I want to go to my Hikinashi candles. And when I change it back to my candles, now look what you see at those candles. Look what you see at those candles. Okay? At those candles, what do you see? You see where the market is pausing, right? That's what you see. So that's what you see, right? That's what I see. So that, and now you got support and resistance lines. And so when you see a trade, what'll happen is you'll just start seeing them. Honestly, you'll start seeing them. So as you start seeing a trade, what I want you to see, no, don't do that. What I want you to see is the PSAR, right? You got a PSAR. That PSAR flips where? That PSAR flips where? Look where that PSAR flips. Okay, let's go look at AUD CAD. So where does that PSAR flip? You notice how, why is a PSAR a support and resistance? Why? Okay, I'll pull that one up. Why is it a support and resistance? Why is it my stop loss around that? Because look at these support and resistance lines and look where my PSAR is. It's always close to, it's always in that area. It's always around there. So let's go pull up this trade. So here we go. Got my stochastic, got a red candle with a flat top, and we just waiting. It's touching that PSAR. That PSAR can flip at any time. We're in a sell on a 5-minute. Go to the hour, but look what my hour is doing. So my hour, now does my hour look like I would put it on the watch list? That's the problem. My hour does not look like I'll put it on the watch list. So this is where you're like, okay. And I'm not seeing anything to support. You're thinking that it's gonna do that. Now, can it go back into a sell? It could be a correction for this, right? It could just simply be a correction for that. But is it worth it if we're just doing proper risk management? It shouldn't be confusion. It shouldn't be confusion. Remember, the strategy itself is simply the 3 confirmations. That's the strategy itself. Okay? That's the strategy itself. Then when I go, like let's say if I look at this candle, see that candle's 5 minutes. But in order to help you understand it, because what you're probably trading, you look what it's doing on the higher time frame. So it's really not in a buy or a sell. So look what it's doing on the higher time frame. It's what is it doing? Is the question. So you see it look like we might have had a small downtrend here and it broke it. So exactly. So because what is it doing? You know, it's just like, does the market know what it's doing? So that's why it's looking like that. So this is, I mean, it literally, so if I came here and I just put some support and resistance there, so I put a support and resistance line there, you can kind of see it hasn't pushed through there yet. Now, remember, once again, the 3 confirmations is a strategy. I will still check the 5-minute, right? And now look at this. And that's why I say it wouldn't be confusing, because now it's hitting on this line, okay? It's hitting on this line because now what I'm doing is just taking you a little bit deeper. I'm just giving you a little bit more depth because of the question. So a little why behind the what. Look at this is still straight. It's still pointed down technically, but you can see it's starting to get a little bend in it. This hasn't pushed through yet. So it's got some pushback. It hasn't pushed through this resistance, through the support line. So it's got something right there. And then if I go up, right, it tested the line, but look what's happening right here on my hour. So it's not confusing. It's just that, yes, that's exactly what I meant by 50-50. That's it. That's exactly what that meant. So that's what that meant. So it's like, and so the strategy is the 3 confirmations. That's still at 92%. However, how do I increase that? How do you, well, thank you, Miss Johnny. So how do I increase that? How do I say, okay, I can take this to another level, right? How do you do that? This is where, right? This is where you say, you know what? Let me add a little bit more to it to make sure that it's not just a quick correction or it's not something like that. Now, some currency pairs, like a GBP, like I've mentioned before, GBP, let's see. Let's look at GBP JPY. Let's just look at that one. GBP, you got a PSAR flip on GBP, right? If it's with CHF, you know, that's a whole nother story. So I'm gonna say everything but CHF. But if this is GBP, I go down, look at there. And what's the hour doing? But that's just real strong. You know, that's just real strong. But now I'm starting to see it, because where is it at? This is just strong. If it wasn't like just pushing up like that, then okay. But look at what GBP, look at the candle. You see how the second candle that's hitting on that line, how it didn't come down. But normally with a GBP pair, you give me another candle on GBP, I'm all in. GBP, I'm all in. It's already gone for 5 pips. Which that, if a GBP pair only has 5 pips like that in it, that means that it's some momentum. It's not a lot of volatility in the market. The GBP is going to have volatility. It's going to have it. And look at it. So hold on, we don't want to miss no trade now. Back to the 15. Well, it did push through that line. What's the 30 minutes? See how the 30 minutes already curved too? Yeah, that's a sell. That's a sell. I'm not missing no money. And I say that with comfortability because it's GBP. It's GBP. You can see the 5-minute selling, 15-minute selling, going into the yeah, that's a sell. And so, and just based on that question, now for everybody that's new to this call or just starting to trade with us, when I say you are the signal, you are the signal. So I will never just be like, okay, take this trade. Here's your take profit. Here's your stop loss. You know, sell, you know, get in a trade. I'm teaching you how to become the signal, and I want to train your eyesight to see what I see. So I'll tell you, hey, look, this is a sale. This is a good setup. This is good for a sale, or something like how I was just saying it. But it's to make you comfortable, okay? And I'll walk you through it. You see what I see? Okay, that's a sale, right? And that's why I was like, wait, we're not gonna miss no money because this is live. This is real. So, you know, we're not looking at old trades and old money, right? This is real. This is live. So look and see, another 5-minute. What is it doing? Selling. So you say except for the hour. Let it push through the line like the last one did. Now you see how it's starting to pull back? You see how the candle's starting to pull back? Let it push through that line like the last one did. Soon as it push through, go for it. Just so you can see it. When it push through, go for it. Who in profit? You should be in the blue, right? You in the blue? Y'all made some money this morning. I know you cashed out this morning. Do I need to wake you guys up? You cashed out. You cashed out this morning. You made some money this morning. You really cashed out this morning. Let me get a 777 in the chat. Because you guys, I mean, today was a good day. Today was a good day. Right? Today was a very good day. And then not only did we cash out this morning, but then you turn around. You missed this morning. I'm so sorry, Drew. We did very well this morning. So I'm so sorry you missed it. Because and even after that, what happened is I see you guys were still cashing out throughout the day, right? You were still cashing out. So you guys were not playing about making money today, about cashing out. We had a cash out call out. So we had people getting off work to get on the call, like, oh, I got to get off work so we don't miss this call. So, and you guys cashed out and you really did good this morning. So that's all I'm saying. So that's all I'm saying. So now it's the evening and we're training and we're perfecting our skill set. We're honing in and we're perfecting our skill set. And now you got the opportunity to cash out again. And we're looking at another one that it just needs to cross through. It just needs to cross through there. And as soon as it crosses through there, you guys will be good to go. And oh, let's talk about the stop loss. Where does your stop loss go? The stop loss goes above the PSAR, right? It goes above the PSAR. So whether you choose this one or I don't care where you put it above the PSAR. You can put it way up here. I don't care. But so you want to put it above that PSAR. And you want to make sure you have one though. That I promise you. Cash out for life. Okay, SB. Okay. So I love it. You've been moving, getting home, and computer is set up. Now you still got to unpack those boxes though. You're going to have to unpack those boxes. That's the part I hate. That's the part if I miss anything, if I miss anything about the military, that's what I miss when it's time to move or time to do anything like that. But that'll be probably the only thing I miss. So he told me don't talk about those boxes. So, but yes. And then you take this, how it's still in the storage. So then you take this and you actually compound it, you know, you just take this and you start compounding it. You got people leaving jobs. I mean, you got people that's making some significant money. What I saw, like tripled your account this week and within the last week and a half, tripled your account. I mean, I mean, significant. So, I mean, I'm just excited for you guys, honestly. So let's see. We got some more time. And we want to see. So we'll see what happens on the next candle with that one. This was just a markup. But once again, it's another GBP. And as you can see, where is it at? And let's go down to the 15-minute. Where is it at? It's testing that. And this one is just paired against the NZD. So you just want to always keep that in mind. So let's see what else is out there. I'm gonna leave that one marked up. I don't think we need this one right now. So anybody have any questions? Because tonight is your night. Tonight is your night to ask your questions, to make sure we understand everything. Okay, let's see what's going on. We got a PSAR flip. You look at that curve. Look at that curve. And then look, so that's a no-no because we got this curve up on the 1 hour and we got a curve. We got a curve. You missed it? You missed it? And we talked about it for a little while. Now, just to kind of help you understand what the vibrato does, right? The vibrato sends oh, look at this consolidation. The vibrato it sends signals. So just kind of want to help you understand what it's doing. The vibrato is saying this is not a signal, okay? This is not a signal. It gives you an entry trigger. Gives you an entry trigger, okay? Entry trigger. And what is an entry trigger? So the vibrato, so if you really look at, let's dissect this for a minute. I'm gonna dissect this. This happened 11 minutes ago. So 108 point, but yes, but to answer your question, yes. So 108.645. 108.645. I got real close just by dropping it. So now, this is where the vibrato recognize something. If you study the market or you do anything to understand the market, you understand that everything happens at those support and resistance lines. So you get what you're looking for, what's called an entry trigger, okay? You get something that's called an entry trigger. So look at where, do you see this call price? Look at where this is. Now, would I have put my line right there? Absolutely. Remember, it's a zone. So whether you would have put it here, or you would have put a little bit here, or wherever you would have put it, and now I've adjusted what I just tried to do. So wherever you would have put it, you're in this area. So what the vibrato does, so everybody understands. Oh, it's in a pullback. It's okay. Ride the wave, ride the wave, ride the wave. Trust your analysis and ride the wave. But I'll go back to it in just a moment. So, so what you're looking at is entry triggers. And so entry triggers happen around these support and resistance lines. That's where it happens. It happens around support and resistance lines. And so anytime, this is why it's also important, like I told you, it's important to wait for that PSR to flip. I need all three confirmations. This is a leading indicator, like we learned on Tuesday night, leading indicator. This is a lagging indicator. So when this PSR flips, this should already be pushing through, because why? I'm already on the support and resistance line. And so whenever you see, look right here, when I see everything line up and that PSR flips, where am I at? It's pushing through that support line. When I come back over here some more, when it lined up, when everything happened, where did I get a flat candle? You see how my first candle wasn't flat. My first candle had a wick, and that's because it still had to push through. It still had to push through that support line. But when I got that PSR, when it actually pushed through, now it doesn't have that resistance anymore. So now I actually have a red candle with a flat top in addition to my PSRs. So now this is why all three confirmations are so important, but this is why that accuracy is there. So, and that's why it works well with this vibrato that we're talking about as well. But it works on everything. I don't care what you're trading, what time frame you're trading on, but just kind of letting you know that that's what this call price is. And when you get that call price, this call price is actually at a support and resistance level. So instead of you having to sit back, mark up the charts, try to figure it out, do all of that, now that's why I can tell you the three confirmations and you can just go. Time frame confluence is to help you see, get the big picture, understand if you can still enter the trade, and on and on and on. So that's what that's all about. So, but that's to help you. So as you can see, it looks like you probably are gearing up and almost have a trade. So that's why, even though I said, okay, this happened 11 minutes ago, but that's because this was triggered 11 minutes ago, and it'll probably a little bit more now. Well, don't try to eyeball it. Don't try to eyeball it yet. Don't try to eyeball it. And this is GJ. This is GBP JPY. And yes, it will have pullback. You see that last candle that we're on? This is a trend candle. So even though my trend candle says, and then we just got this candle, this is a new candle. So even though my trend candle says that I'm selling, my trend candle says that I'm selling, it's still some activity going on beneath there, right? Let me put your regular candle. Look what your regular candle's doing. So you had, look what you had in this candle, okay? So you had buyers and sellers, but now look how strong it's gotten, because look, this is a solid red candle. So this is underneath it. So what my Hikinashi candles are, just look at the difference for all of this. Go back to my Hikinashi candles and voila, there you have it. So you're gonna get that wave. You're going to get that. You are going to get that, and that's okay. Ride the wave and enjoy the ride. Just ride the wave to profit. Trust your analysis. So this watch list, it just needs to push through there. It's gonna push. It's starting to push. Oh, you're in now? Haha. You're in profit. There you go. I'm in profit too. Remember, I trade with you. What's the wow for? What's the wow? I missed it. I just looked up and saw the wow. What'd I miss? So, oh. So, yeah, so just understand that. So now, this is look at how this stochastic is pulled away now. So look at there, right? So what do you guys think it's gonna do? Come on, master traders, what is it gonna do? And you're in profit in GJ. Oh, awesome. And what is this one gonna do, master traders? Look at it. Let's not miss a trade now. Let's not miss a trade. We got 1 more minute for the next candle. I know somebody on here know. There we go. Thank you. I'm like, I know somebody. It's not a trick question. I just want to know that you know. So you see that sale coming. Oh, you're very welcome. You're very, very welcome. So, and you, new trader, master trader, new master trader, welcome to BYOB Cash Out. A new master trader on y'all. We got a new master trader. So 27 seconds. And you are very welcome, Terrence. You're welcome too. So you're gonna get it, and guess what? You can kind of see how they form. Look at there. And look what this stochastic did. So voila. It's pushing through there. So you should be comfortable now. You guys should be comfortable now. You should be very comfortable now with the trade. So, and you know what I want to know when you cash out, right? I want to know when you cash out. That's what I need to know. Is when you cash out. And where did your stop loss go? Now, once again, stop loss is up to you, right? The stop loss is up to you. And I say that because it needs to be above the PSAR. So do you put it up here, way up here, where the momentum started? Or do I bring it down some and put it here? But it has to be outside the PSAR. And it's where you're comfortable outside of that PSAR, right? And let me make sure I'm on the right time frame. But it's where you're comfortable outside of that time frame. But you want to make sure it's outside of that time frame. And of course, a GBP pair will be the highest stop loss that you will ever have. And voila, look at that. That's only 4 pips. But of course, that's because, what does that tell me right now? If a GBP pair is only a 4 pip stop loss, that tells me that there's not a lot of volatility in the market right now. It's just not a lot of volatility in the market. So it can take you a little bit longer to get to cash out. So it can definitely take you a little bit longer to cash out. So take profit, 10 pips from your market execution, unless you've gone through, but because you know what we saw and how it's starting to feed and do all of that, you know, you want to just, you would just be careful and monitor it. So hope you guys hope this has been wonderful, but please grab your pen and paper. Now it's time for you to grab your pen and paper. And before I do that, let me make sure you didn't have any other questions. No other questions. You are so welcome. You are so welcome. So welcome. So I just want to share something with you, and I need you to get registered. I do. I need you to get registered, and I need you to get registered for yourself. This event is going to be an event like no other. I need you all to get registered and get registered for yourself. You are very, very, very welcome. You are very welcome. My goal is to make each and every last one of you all a master trader. And if you are around Jacksonville, you're near Jacksonville, you ever wanted to come to Florida, you come to Florida for this Be Your Own Bank Expo. You're not coming to Florida to go to Disney World. You're not coming to Florida to go to, Mile Zero. You're coming to Florida to learn how to be your own bank. So this is what it's all about. And this event, this one is about faith and finance and women teach Forex. So if you know a woman, right? I'm going to tell you again, if you know a woman, if you are a woman, then you need to be there. Faith and finance as well, because God is at the foundation of everything we do, and he should be the one thing in how we do everything. So if he's the one thing in how we do everything, then we need to understand how we can apply this in our daily walk, in our daily life. And that's what this event is all about. It's about you, and it's about, so you make sure you're registered, because that is the perspective, and that's why I do what I do. That's why I'm here. And so we're here to help bridge the gap financially for everyone in ministry, to help you understand, to help you take this dynamic to the next level, and also for every woman, because you are the glue in a family. Regardless of your family structure, regardless of your family status, you are the glue in that family. So make sure you do not miss this event. I'm very, very excited. You want to get registered? Make sure you get registered. You see that link, BYOBworldwide.ticketlead.com/Jax. Get registered. Do not miss this event. So also, if you're in that Baton Rouge area, don't forget next week I will be there. And we will definitely be cashing out Wednesday. So let me see, what is that? Oh, you are so welcome. And I would love to come to Kenya. So I would love it. I would love it. So thank you all so very much. It's been wonderful. But grab your pen and grab your paper. Grab your pens and your paper. So grab your pen and welcome home. I'm coming home, Michelle. Yes, I am.